What's up, queens? It's your girl Liv, and I am back with another video. In this video, I will be talking about my tummy tuck scar progression. My problems with my tummy tuck scar did not start until 14 days post-op, so that's roughly 2 weeks. One night I was sleeping in my recliner. It was early in the morning. I think it was about 5 or 6 a.m. and I woke up because I felt a lot of wetness around my waist, and I was like, what is that? So I felt my faja, and my faja was soaked. I had my husband help me up out of my recliner, and so I went to the bathroom. I started taking everything off, and I was like, oh my gosh, where's all this fluid coming from? It was a bunch of fluid pooling around my waist area. And once I started taking everything off to see where all that fluid was coming from, I noticed 3 little spots on my incision area. I know I'm looking over here, y'all, but I'm looking at the video so I can explain as the video is going, okay? So I had noticed 3 little spots on my incision where this fluid was leaking from. So as you can see, in particular, where the drainage is dripping out of, that was the biggest area. So there was an area on the left side of it and an area on the right side of it. I don't know if y'all can really tell, but those were leaking fluids too, but not as bad as that center section. So my husband, at that point, my husband was like, you need to call your surgeon. You need to let her know what's going on. Let her know this is how you woke up. Like I said, prior to this, I had no leakage from my wound area, from my incision area at all. So again, this is 2 weeks after the surgery. So what I was doing here is I was just pressing underneath the incision and pressing on top of it just to see if I could push any more extra fluid out, just to get it all out, because obviously there's some fluid buildup somewhere. And so as we get more into the video, y'all will see that, yeah. So y'all can see all that fluid coming off. And if y'all look at the scar itself, you can see that it's all like bunched together. It's like the skin is pinched together, but it's like that because of the procedure that they do when they put your stomach back together. They make it look all bunched up because it helps with the healing process. I'll go more into that into another video. I just don't want this video to be too long as far as the certain technique that my surgeon used. So that's why it looks all bunched up and wrinkly. But as we get further into the video, y'all see how everything turned out. So that's what I'm doing right now, just pressing around on it. So like I said, at this point, my husband was panicking. He was like, call your surgeon, let her know. So I called her, explained everything to her, and she wanted me to send her some pictures. So I sent her these pictures. This is what I sent her, and I distinctly marked old, new, new. Because the old ones, they had split just a little bit, but they didn't leak anything. And then that's a new one. That the old one didn't, and then their other 2 spots was 2 new ones. Yeah, so I sent her those pictures, and what I ended up having to do is go into her office, because what she explained to me is that I had a pocket of fluid somewhere. And then she proceeded to drain it. And so after she drained it, she told me what to do. She gave me 2 pads in her clinic and had me put them on there. So in this clip, I'm just showing y'all what I did when I got home. And as you can see again, y'all see a lot of swelling. Remember, this is only 2 weeks post-op. I'm showing y'all this. And that's how much I changed it every 6 hours, but that's how much it would fill up. And then I cut it open so I can see what the color was of the fluid, just because I want to know all this kind of stuff, right? So as you can see, the color of the fluid was yellow, so it was serous fluid. And I will link somewhere what that is. All right, so this is May 18th. So this is a couple of days later. I'm going in to see how much it has the area. Right now I'm showing y'all, that was a little swollen area right there that was bothering me a lot. It has something to do with the stitches on the diastasis recti muscle. I'll go more into that in another video. So I'm just seeing the progression of the healing of my tummy tuck scar. Right now I'm showing y'all the sides. That's how far my scar stretches out to the side of my stomach. Yeah. So you see that in the middle? Okay, so right here I'm showing y'all that it was day 18, and as the days went by, I felt like it wasn't really completely healing as fast as it should have. It was still opening. Whenever I would take the pads off, like the scab would come off and then it would start leaking again. So that's what it would look like when I would take off my dress. And so I decided, you know what? I'm in the medical field. I know what's going on here. I need to let this sucker air out. So that's what I did. I stopped using the pads and I started letting my incision air out so that way it can actually heal and get a scab. So right here I'm showing y'all pictures of what it looked like after I stopped wearing the pads. You can see that I'm starting to get scabs on there. It looks gross, but it is what it is. I'm showing y'all the real deal. So it started scabbing over and it actually started healing a lot faster. So I quit using the pads because the pads wasn't letting it get no air and it couldn't really heal. All right, so this is about a month later, June 17, 2019. As you can see, my scar is looking really, really good. Now, see down there, that's where that problem area was, where I had them 3 spots that was leaking the most fluid. Yeah, and I have not put nothing on my scar, y'all. I use nothing on my scar whatsoever. No type of cream, serum, scar serum, none of that. That was the reason for me getting the wound vac. Like I said, the wound vac will be another video as well. But yeah, so do you see how well it has closed up and healed? It's still healing. It's only a month. This is only a month post-op, so I'm still in the healing process. I'm still super swollen. Right now, this is my scar today. I actually filmed this morning before I sat down and do the talk video. So this is today, July 29th, and this is what my scar is looking like as of today as we speak. As you can see, that area where it was actually leaking from is completely healed up. It still has some healing to do. I am still hard in that area. It's hard and it's still swollen. And I don't know, but in one of these clips, you'll be able to see that I have like some lopsided swollenness. Like one side is way swollen than the other side. That's also another video. Yeah, so my scar is looking pretty good for 3 months post-op so far without having to use any type of scar treatment or serum on this thing. It is looking pretty darn good so far. So, as of right now, I am happy with how the scar is healing up, even though in the beginning I had a little bit of a setback and I wasn't happy with it, but as my surgeon said, you have to let the body do its job. And sometimes you are going to develop some type of fluid buildup. You're going to develop some type of seroma. You may develop some type of fluid pocket and you have to get it drained. So that's what I ended up having to do. I went back twice to get that fluid pocket drained, and after the second time I didn't have to go back and get it drained no more. It was gone. Now after you get your fluid pocket drained, you have to make sure that you wear some really tight compression to keep that same pocket from filling back up. Just to go over what I was stating in the middle of the video is that I didn't have no problems with my tummy tuck scar until after 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I started building up fluid in pockets in those areas along the incision line, and it burst. It found its way out through the incision, and I went into my surgeon. I sent her pictures of what it looked like. I even sent her videos of what it was doing. So I went into the office, she drained it the first time, went back home. A week later, it had built up again, went back in the office, she drained the seroma a second time. After the second time, I did not get it back. After the second time, it did not come back. I started wearing really, really tight compression and it didn't come back, it just started healing. If you do develop a seroma, after they drain it, wear tight compression so nothing can get back in that fluid pocket, so that fluid pocket can close up all the way and no fluid can get in there. If you do have drainage after, if they have to go in and extract and take off the fluid, don't wear no pad there. Just let that stuff leak and let it air dry, because the more you cover that spot up, it's not getting any air and it can't heal and scab over and can't heal up. So I learned that the hard way, and once I stopped wearing the pads on that open area, it healed up completely, as you can see in the video. So I think that's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please leave me any comments that you want. Let me know what you think. Ask me any type of questions that you want. I will respond. And stay tuned for the very next video.